Uh-oh, Texas. A Texas woman revealed that she was hit in the face with a brick after she refused to give her number to a random man. Check this out.
Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men. It was like, what are you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a brick on my face?
What are your thoughts on this horrific story? And more importantly, what does it say about the lack of protection when it comes to Black women? Al, let's go to you first.
I was disappointed on so many levels about this, Claudia, and I know you have a lot to say about this. I read your post. But no Black man, let me repeat myself, no Black man should think it's okay to pick up a brick and hit a Black woman. No Black man, I don't care. And in addition to that, no Black man should be witnessing another Black man pick up a brick to hit a Black woman. And let me tell you one other thing that I didn't like about this is, because I've been following this, is I read the comments, and I promise you, I cannot understand why other Black women justified the violence that this Black woman went through because of looking at her old posts. Because maybe she was a lesbian and she talks about being an independent woman and that she may have said men ain't shit. That has nothing to do with a Black man picking up a brick and hitting a Black woman against the head. It's absolutely disgusting on all levels. It's disgusting that a Black man felt it was okay to do it. It's disgusting that Black men felt it was okay to watch it. And it's disgusting for Black women to step into their comments and say that she deserved it. I am disappointed across the board on this whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Funky, what do you think?
I'm not shocked. Growing up in Miami, it is a thing that moms do with their daughters here when they come of age about how to turn guys down if they try to holler. And the reverberating theme is always be polite, always be nice, try not to upset them, right? And listen, in a perfect world, women should not have to do that. Men's egos should not be so fragile that they can't handle rejection, so on and so forth. I agree with you. You're preaching to the choir. Unfortunately, we do live in an imperfect world. And until the male species gets there and we get ourselves together, women, I implore y'all, these men out here ain't shit. To just try to be nice to them just so you can make it to your car or to your house. I know it sounds misogynistic as hell, and I'm not taking the responsibility off the men. I'm saying that the men ain't shit. But until they become shit, y'all got to be safe. And so I just encourage you to try your hardest to be nice when they approach you and give you your unwanted advances.
I totally get what you're saying. I know you're being very sensitive to this, and you are. What you're saying, I agree with you. I think the problem is this, right? All too many times when it's stuff like this, it's the women that have to make the changes in their behavior, right? Like, well, these men are so women. It's not enough fathers telling their sons, "Fuck is wrong with you." You don't hit, you don't. And then I saw men, TikTok did their thing, right? They found a witness that was there, and he was so arrogant. He was like, I'll do it again. Yeah, I watch it. I was gonna do shit because she's a troublemaker, and she does videos on Instagram where she's going around slapping white men and all this kind of stuff. So she's a troublemaker. And he goes, "Do I condone the violence? No." But here's the thing: when it comes to Black women, unfortunately, it seems like you have to be the perfect victim to be cared about, protected, for them to be sympathy, right? You got to be attractive. You got to have the right look. You can't have any body work done. You have to have low bodies. You can't be a baby mama. You got to speak in a certain way, because if not, they're going to use it against you. Well, she's ratchet. Well, she's a hood rat. Well, she's a ghetto bitch. Well, she's a hoe. You don't know that when you hitting her in the face with that brick. And at what point does it warrant? The only way I can justify someone, and this ain't even just a Black or white thing, hitting another human in the face with a brick, which to me is attempted murder, is if you see them in the act of killing or harming someone else really badly. And that's it. And that is it, y'all. I don't give a fuck how annoying she is. I don't give a fuck if she's a lesbian or whatever the other stupid reason y'all have. And fathers, even if you're not with these people, the moms anymore, you have got to start sitting your sons down and drill it through their head, even if you was abusing that mama, that shit is not what it's not it, y'all. And the women in the comments, fuck all of y'all. Because protect Black women. I got to speak to y'all right now. ain't just for the men. Because I was talking to my girls about this today. You know, we don't get a pass and say, we don't get a pass to just sit there. It includes you. Because some of the worst shit I've had said about me, and I don't mean to make this about me, but I just have to personalize a little bit, has been from us. We are evil to each other. Actually, Black people are evil to each other. Let me just go ahead and say that, because our brothers are doing fucked up shit to each other, and our sisters doing fucked up shit to each other, and we doing fucked up shit. We have a problem, and we need to have some in-house conversations. But we have got to stop devaluing each other like this. Like, we just like, who gives a fuck? We're not video games, y'all. This shit is sick. And we can't cherry pick when, and we gotta be cool and protect. That, you see that face, how that shit look?
Claudia, I'll tell you a story about when I first became conscious of how dangerous male to female interactions could be for Black women. I had to be about 14 to 15 years old. I was in the flea market, and this dude tried to holler at this girl. Now, the girl did try, and she was like, I don't want to holler. I don't want to holler. And he walked up to her and said, bitch, what? And spit on her. And it was just running down her face. And it's funny because much like this situation, no one did anything.
Mm-hmm.
I was an early teen, so I damn sure wasn't finna fight this street nigga. I just went and got her some napkins from the pineapple stand or whatever, and gave her some napkins. But it's, I remember in that moment, no one did anything either.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to unpack that too. Why, you know, we're bystanders. I think we moved to it's not my business. Mm-hmm. I'm staying out of that type of culture. And maybe we kind of need to get back to being in people's business.
I agree. And you know, and you said something about be nice, and I agree. You should probably, you don't know what mental illness that person is dealing with, and you could have a literally a serial killer right in front of you, right, trying to holler at you. You don't know this, but even when you're nice, I'm not gonna run through my whole story again. It's in my Instagram page. One of my first concussions, and part of the reason why I stutter and stammer on this show a lot, was from that concussion from a man that I politely turned down, who punched me. I had a standing knockout. And it fucked my memory up and my speech up. And I was nice. So it's really not about how it's both, okay? Fathers, start talking to your sons. And men, even if it's not your son, you see a guy out here doing bad, you gotta say something. All right, y'all, great conversation. I love these kind of conversations.